Hey, Warrior Nation, how are you? It's me, Troia. Um, Today is Friday, and I've not been MIA for the last few days, and I was trying to figure out a way to apologize to you all about because I made a promise that I would post every day. But grief healing is not. It's not about apologies. It's just actually just being real with where you are and how you're feeling. So how I got to this grief journey, I got here a long time ago. However, how I came back to this grief journey, I really haven't said much. Um, I've been quiet for a while because actually today is 1 month and just over a week when my best friend went to rest. And if I'm transparent throughout her whole journey, the last few months, my mantra has been when the emotions will come later. Things have to be done. Emotions will come later. But later happened. Later showed up, and I found myself having to take a breath of my own. I had to put my own first mask on, and also had to define how I'm going to show up in this space that I know is not it's just not a podcast. It's not just me coming on just because I have nothing better to do. It really is about helping navigate this grief journey. So when I'm asking you to take small steps, it really is. I'm doing the same thing that I'm asking you all to do. And when I'm asking you to take a breath, I'm doing the very same thing. And that's what happened Wednesday, Thursday. I just could not be there for anyone else. I had to actually take time for myself. But that does not mean that I stop. If I'm going to do this, I have to be authentically me and honest and be transparent, because grief changes your life in a way that nothing else will. Loss, when you lose something or someone that you love dearly, it changes who you are. Not just and that's scientific. It changes your brain, it changes everything. It changes how your perspective on this world. But that doesn't mean that we can't get through it together. Those of you know, I love the Lord, and I trust Him with everything in me. So I know that all I do is need to take one step and take one breath. You saw the 5 R's of the grief healing journey. So I had to relax so that I can release and to be allowed to be restored, and then rejoice in the small things. When I said the small things, I was really talking about me, and I'll explain that later on the podcast exactly what my small step was. Because grief is not about getting better or ending or any of those things. Healing looks different for all of us. My healing is not going to be the same as yours, and yours is not going to be the same as mine. But just know, when we allow, but what can be the same is that we take a collective breath and we let it out, and we just trust the process and know that in the end it's going to be okay. And I don't like I never like that term new normal, because there's nothing normal about our lives now. A month ago I had a best friend. Today I don't. There's nothing normal about that. Is it natural? Yes, but it's not normal. Especially when we lose someone that we're very close to and that we love dearly. But what can become normal, if we want to use that word normal, is that we are first acknowledging our pain and our hurt, and that we are allowing ourselves to be vulnerable in this moment. And here's my promise to you. I'm always going to help you to take a moment to breathe. I'm always going to be authentically me. I'm always going to be real. I'm always going to be here to support you. I'm always going to, I may not always show up because, again, I'm still navigating my own grief in this season, which means that's a lie. I will show up so that because sometimes you need to see somebody modeling it and understanding where you are. This videos end up being longer than I expected, but I think it's important to know that we're all taking a collective breath. And I am here. You matter. I don't say that lightly because I do mean that. You matter, and so does your grief. But at the same time, as we breathe, as we begin to heal, as we begin to feel what we're going through, we'll be able to heal from it. Listen, have a wonderful Friday. You all mean so very much to me. And if you need extra help, just put breathe in the just type breathe in the comments, and we will reach out. Also, the podcast is starting next week, and I'm trying my very best to put out help videos, and just be here and be a safe space. If you have any questions, that's the other thing. If you have any questions for me, I'll answer those on the podcast on Wednesday. Have a wonderful weekend. I love you on purpose, and there's nothing you can do about it. Be so incredibly blessed. Later.